What's up? Good morning. Hey, Donna. What's up, Mimi? For the legacy, BB, Stephanie. Good morning. Listen, y'all. I need y'all. What's up, Courtney? Listen, listen to me. This is very unusual. Um, this is very unusual. First of all, it was weird. I woke up late. I don't know how I forgot to set my alarm, but it was weird. Because usually I'm up anyway. But over overslept. It's a crazy morning already. Lots going on. Need y'all to do me a favor. What's up, Fantasy? Wanda, Natural T. I need y'all to do me a favor. Need y'all to do me a favor. There's something going on, and I need you, watch this, to meet me back here. I'm thinking at 10 a.m. Now, it may not take that long. But I need you to set your notifications because I have an announcement. And it's going to testify. Y'all better get your fingers ready on your Cash App. Because y'all gonna have to hit me up for this one. Y'all gonna have to y'all gonna have to get your Cash App together. Get your Cash App ready today. So I need y'all. I'm on Eastern Standard Time. Courtney, I'm not exactly sure. I'm thinking 10 o'clock, but I'm not sure. But there are a couple of things that I have to get ready, and I want to share it with you. I believe that this is God ordained for me to share this with you. So I don't want to give a bunch of, keep talking in riddles and all of that. I need you to meet me back here. Um, I'm thinking it's 8:30 Eastern Standard Time now. I'm thinking I'm thinking 10. I'm thinking 10. So let's just say 10. Uh but this has to happen. All right? I hope you're good this morning. This is what I need to tell you, Courtney. When you don't think God is working, he's working. And I know that we've said that, and I know it's a cliche. God is working behind the scenes, and our lives haven't changed one bit. And you gotta know that God and everything's still the same. And you gotta know that God is doing it, and everything is still the way it was. May I submit to you, Lisa, that it's not God who changes. He doesn't all of a sudden do this or that. It's us who change. God's word, his promises, they remain. If you look back over your life, it's never been God that is switched up. Never. If you look back over your life, it's never been God that switched up on you or changed, or watch this, or became more good. It's always been that we've come into the knowledge of something different, and all of a sudden our eyes have been opened to the lie that we've been living, and all of a sudden watch this, it unlocks. It's like playing a video game, and you unlock a new feature. Ooh, Quisha, I felt that one. Write that one down. It's like your faith unlocks a new feature in God. God was always the same. But because of your unbelief, Quisha, I need you to write that down. But because of our unbelief, we didn't unlock that feature in God. The power has always been in us. The power has always been the same. The Holy Ghost has always resided in us from the day that we said, Jesus, I believe that you died and rose again. The Holy Ghost has been inside of us, and we have already been endowed with the power. However, unbelief, our own insecurities, our own issues, and our own disappointments have kept us from seeing God in a certain way. Tanisha, can I tell you that God has always been the same? It's us. Can you honestly say in your life there are some things that I really didn't believe God for? There's just some things that I thought couldn't be mine. Is that God's fault? Can you honestly say that Courtney, you can some of us say in here, just ain't no good men out here? Maybe you said that because that's what you believed at the time. But then something has to change. Does that change? Does God have the power to send you a husband? No. It's you that needs to change. Can you honestly can you honestly say that you've said some damaging things about yourself? Let them come out your mouth. Yeah, this thing is, I don't know. This cost of living is so high, and this is so I don't know how I'm gonna make it. I don't know how. Can you honestly say that you said so? Did that change God? God's power is always the same, but it's you. You believe that the gas prices and the economic downturn and all of this has something to do with the money that you have and that you can't get over. That's on you. That's on you. That has nothing to do with God's provision for you. That's you. And so what we're doing is we're changing and believing that God isn't good because we don't have the faith for certain things. Let's be honest about it. Some things we don't have the faith for. Some things we just don't have the faith for. That ain't got nothing to do with God. So can I submit to you that God, watch this. Can I submit to you today that God has all power? Put it in the chat. God has all power. Put it in the chat. God has all power. Put it in the chat. God has all power. He has all power. If you believe it, put it in the chat. God has all power. Now I need you to write it and believe it. God has all power. So you can type it, but it don't get down in here. But it's not down here. You know it don't work if it's not in here. It don't work if it's not in here. How does it get down here, Lexi? Because I'm just typing it because you told me to. But how does it get down here for real? That I know that he has all power. Keep saying it. Keep saying it until it gets in there. Because faith comes by what? Hearing. Hearing. You got to keep hearing it. And somehow it gets in there when you keep hearing it. He has all power. Maybe you need to type it twice. Maybe you need to keep typing it. Maybe you need to repeat it. God has all power. God has all power. They say one of the tricks of learning is being repetitive. God has all power. God has all power. God, I believe you. God, you better say it until you believe it. Faith come by hearing. Well, keep hearing it. How do I get more faith? God, reignite my faith. I saw somebody right there. Reignite my faith. God, help my unbelief. Well, how do you help it? You keep saying it. Faith come by hearing. Faith come by hearing. Keep saying it. The problem is you don't talk. The problem is you don't keep saying it. That's the problem. How do I get more faith? Keep talking. Keep saying it. You've been too quiet. Open your mouth. Say it. God has all power. So that when the enemy is saying this ain't going to work out, you can turn to the enemy and says, God has all power. God has all power. God has all power. And he's given me power. I have power. I have faith. God can do it. God is doing it. It is done. I do have it. It is working. It is helping. It is. That's how this gets done. I came this morning to tell you that God is real. God is doing it. And when you think he's not working, God is playing chess when the world is playing checkers. They think they're so smart. The world thinks they're so smart. They're nothing. They're dust to our God. They're nothing. They're dust to our God. You think your boss is so clever. You think your boss has all this power. You think this person and that person is so clever and they have power and this person has power. They're nothing. They're dust compared to God. God has all power. What are you talking about? Get your mind together. Out here being scared. Out here being nervous. Out here losing sleep. Show problem. Reignite my faith, God. You reignite it. You do it. He's given you all the power. What more can he do? He gave his son. His son died. Jesus died and said, I'm going to go back, but I'm going to give y'all the Holy Ghost. What more can God do? What more do you want him to do? I'm asking you today. Fantasy, Courtney. What more? 5-6 mix. What more do you want God to do, Tanisha? He's done it all. He gave his son, his only son. He gave. He built this world for us to live in. He created oxygen. He made it inhabitable for us. He made it that way. He gave us everything. Jesus came down, took the stripes, took on flesh, walked this earth for 33 years. What more can he do? What more? You want him to spoon feed you? You want him to spoon feed you everything? You want him to put you on a pillow of satin and carry you around the world? Giving you blessings and feeding you seedless peeled grapes? What do you want? What do you want God to do? What more do you need him to do? Come on, guys. At some point, we got to put some skin in the game. At some point, we got to wake up. I've given you everything that you need. Everything you need to prosper. I've given you everything that you need. But you got to overcome the giants in your life, in your mind, in your world. You have to do it. You have to fight. What if I had a son that had a bully and my son every day came, they're beating him up on me. And I said, go fight. Your mama was a fighter. Your daddy was a fighter. I told my son, your daddy had scars on his face because he got out in that street and he fought when he was younger. Get out there. What if my son came home and said, I just can't do it. It ain't in me. It's a lie. It is in you. You got it from both sides of your family. You're a fighter. You can do it. I just can't 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 do it. It's not in me. I just can't do it. I would sit and look at him like he was nuts. And I would think to myself, one day he's going to wake up. It's a shame to see you, son, get beat up out there. But I'm going to let you. Maybe sometimes you need to get your butt kicked a little bit. Sometimes I'll step in, but maybe sometimes you need to get your butt kicked a little bit so that something in you can rise up and say, I'm tired of getting my tail kicked. And then that thing, watch this, then that thing will unlock in you because it's inside of you. You get pushed around long enough, you'll stand up. Sometimes God allows us to be pushed around enough until we wake up. And we say, why must I sit here and get my can kicked all over this world? Why should I do that? There has to be something better. And God says, aha, that's what I've been trying to tell you. There's something better. And you've always, ain't enough hearts, ain't enough thumbs up, ain't enough hearts, ain't enough thumbs up, ain't enough hearts, ain't enough thumbs up, ain't enough hearts. Because I'm talking good today. When you gonna get up? When you gonna get up? So here's what I'm gonna do. I just came on to tell you I need you to meet me back here. I'm thinking 10. Let's just say 10. Get your Cash App ready. Oh, you can Cash App me right now. Put it on the screen, Quisha. Oh, I'm bold today, baby. Oh, I'm bold today. I'm bold today. Yes, I am. Get your Cash App. Yeah, I said it. Hit my Cash App. Because what I'm saying is on point. Yeah. We got work to do. I'm going to come back at 10 o'clock because there's something I got to do. And when I come back, I'm going to give my testimony. So either you can Cash App me now or you can Cash App me at 10. I don't care. But get it ready. Get it ready, boo-boo. Okay? So get it ready, boo-boo. Get it ready, Donna. Get it ready, Rhonda. Huh? Quit playing with me. Listen, I'm not playing with y'all. This thing is real. God's power is real. Oh, no. 5, 6. Don't even worry about it. Your mind is fine. Your mind is fine. Your mind is fine. The enemy wants you to be tired. You're fine. You tell the enemy while he's telling you, your mind is tired. Everything is going wrong for you. Tell him, no. I'm having a little bit of a bad day, but I've had a bad season. But I'm good. It's turning around. It's turning around for me. It's turning around for me. I dare you to start talking to the thing that's talking to you because it works. I dare you to start talking about even when it looks like it's not changing, it's changing. But it'll only start changing if you begin changing your mind about the thing. Because you think you're getting beat up. Whew. I know what that feels like. That you think that everything is going wrong. But if you're really in faith, while it looks like it's the worst it's ever been, God is playing checkers behind the scene. He's playing chess behind the scene. While the enemy of your life is playing checkers, God is finished. He's finished. He's done. He's finished. He's finished. God is finished with it. Where y'all trying to figure out what to do, God is finished with it. The only thing that needs to change is you. Your faith is crap. You've bought into a lie. It's all here. The battle's here. It's not here. Those of you who are waiting for God to heal your body, the battle ain't here. The battle's here. Do I believe he'll do it? Do I believe I'm set free? Do I believe I can break this addiction? Do I believe that God loves me enough to even hear my prayers? You got to get past all that first. Here's God over here. And you got all these barriers that are keeping you from believing God. You got all these barriers before you can even get to God. You got to jump over all these hurdles of your mind. I'm not good enough. I don't think God hears me. Then you get past that. Now you're here. Now, I believe he hears me, but I just don't think that he's going to do this thing. You got to get past that. But the enemy is trying to talk to your mind to keep you here so that you never, ever get past those things that so easily beset you, and you never get here because he knows if you ever get here, game over. Game over. So you keep hearing the same old sermons. God's gonna do this in 3 days. He's gonna turn it around, pick up, put them down, and praises go up, blessings come down. It's Praises go up, blessings come down. And then you praise and you lift your hands and you sway to the music and you still bound. And you still bound. And you still bound. Why? Because God's over here. God's over here. And you ain't healed all of the things. I just don't believe he's going to do it for me. I just don't believe. I believe he has power, but he'll do it for me. But then he ain't gonna do this because this. Now all of the people in my family have had high blood pressure, and I don't think he's gonna heal me of that. And that's okay because I still love God. What? And then there's something else that you got to deal with over here. And then there's something else that you got to deal with over here. Until you can believe that God has all power and he'll do it for me. And no matter what, I'm going to believe God. When you get here, my friend, you are unstoppable. Well, Lex, how can I get here? I'm telling you how. You have to talk to the thing that's talking to you. And you got to keep doing it every day, every moment of the day. Because if you're like me, because the enemy knows how powerful I am, and he knows I got a big mouth and I'll tell it. He knows I got a big mouth and I'll tell it all. He knows that I'll come on Facebook and YouTube and there's a group of people in Faith Fuel that'll listen to me and I'm going to give away all of the secrets. He knows I'll do it. So he got to try to keep me bound. But something happened to me, y'all. Something happened to me. I believe it was, when was it? It's about 2 years ago, almost 2 years ago, that I told the Lord, and I believe I wrote it down. And I said, I'm going to start believing. Ooh, I'm getting emotional. I'm sorry. I've been in church all my life, Quisha. Been in church all my life. I love God. I believe God. I walk with my husband and my pastor through their darkest times. I walk with people through their darkest times. I've stared death in the face. I believe God for healing of my husband and my pastor. I've stared death in the face. You hear me? I've been on the trenches. I've been on the front line, my dude. I've been on the front line, my nigga. I've been out there, baby. I believe God when it was impossible. You understand me? Only to find that when my prayers weren't answered, maybe something was damaged or something. Maybe there was a disconnect. And there were some areas in my life where I didn't trust God anymore. I need y'all to hear me today. I'm trying to get off this live, man. But about a year and a half ago, I think it was the day after Christmas, I said, that's it. I got to do something different. I gotta get that reckless abandon back where I believed God beyond what I saw. I gotta reignite. I gotta change because I still believe the word of God. Now either I'm gonna believe it or I'm not. Either I'm gonna give up or I'm not. Which one is it? But this in between, believing for some things but not believing for others, and I ain't with it. I'm an all or nothing person. With me, either I'm juicing to lose weight or I'm eating burgers. It's like it's hard for me to be in that in between space. I'm all or nothing. So either I'm gonna believe God or I'm just gonna be wishy-washy. I'm just gonna be like, I really don't think he can do it. And something inside of me said, man, I gotta get this thing. And so God, I start talking to him. I said, God, Lisa, I said, God, I'm gonna start believing you. And you're gonna get tired of me. And I'm gonna keep saying it every day. And I'm gonna believe you. Regardless of my disappointments, I've been so disappointed. But I'm going to believe you. And I'm going to ask you for some real hard things. They're going to be real hard. But I'm going to keep believing it until you do it. And you just going to have to fail me. That's it. If you don't do it, it won't be because I didn't believe. I'm about to change. And if you don't do this, it won't be on me. It'll be on you this time. Because regardless of my disappointments in the past, I'm all in. I'm taking all my chips. I'm playing poker, and I'm just putting all of my chips in the middle of the table. And I got this one hand, and I'm a bet on you. I got this one hand. That's all I got. And that's where I've been, y'all. That's where I've been. And I've been trusting God. And I've been crying. And I've been walking. I've been getting out here and I've been walking 8 miles talking to God. Getting my mind right. Listening to scriptures. Listening to books. Keeping my faith up. Because the enemy is trying to get me to stop. He's trying to get me to stop every single day. He's trying to get me to stop confessing every day. He's trying to tell me I'm not good enough. He's trying to tell me I don't have the resources. He's trying to tell me that my dream is too big and it's too ridiculous and it's too over the top. He keeps trying to tell me that it's not for me, but it's for other people. He keeps trying to tell me he's done everything. He's pulled out, y'all. He has pulled out all the stops. He has pulled out all the stops to try to get me to quit. He has pulled out all the stops. He has tried everything with me. He tried to afflict my son. He's tried everything to get me to slow down. He's tried it. I keep telling y'all don't believe me. It's like y'all don't get it. Nick, y'all think I'm playing because I tell a couple of jokes. Y'all think I'm playing. That I would pull up to the gym and just sit and cry before I walk in the gym. You got to get myself together, man, because this thing is heavy. The enemy is on me every single day. I hear the voices, every single day trying to get me to quit. Why? Because I told the Lord, I will not stop. Nothing is going to make me stop. Nothing. 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 Nothing but death. I'm in this thing. I'm in it. I committed. I committed wholeheartedly. And hell knew it. See, there's a commitment that you can make, Sharon. There's a commitment that you can make that'll shake hell. It'll shake it. It'll make demons nervous. Melissa, they'll say, oh my God. Did Melissa wake up? Did Simone wake up? Did Foundation wake up? Did Nick wake up? Did Lily wake? Did Carla wake up? Because you've been asleep so long. Did Nate wake up? Because you've been asleep so long. The moment, Brielle, that you wake up, it's going to shake hell. The moment you stop crying and being afraid, it's going to shake hell. But hell don't expect you to. Been trying to keep me bound for the longest. Won't stay there. Can't stay there. I told my nephew, if any of y'all have ever watched a Marvel movie, have you ever watched a Marvel movie? If you've ever watched a Marvel movie, you'll see that the superhero, with the exception of a couple like Thor, they were the most unsuspecting people to become heroes. For example, Peter Parker, the biggest nerd, nothing appealing about Peter Parker. He wasn't handsome. Superman was handsome, but not Peter Parker. The most unsuspecting people becoming heroes. Hasn't that always been God's thing? David, out there, caring for the sheep, cleaning up dung, while his brothers were fighters and warriors. David, out there in the pasture, he was overlooked. When they came and God said, there's somebody, was it Samuel? I believe it was Samuel, that came looking and said, God said that the king is here. Jesse, his father, lined all of them up, but didn't even call David. The most unsuspecting. While the world is playing checkers, God is playing chess. The world, his father, lined up all of his sons, the good-looking ones, the tall ones, the warriors. Surely one of these are king. Did you forget, Jesse, that you had one more? But Jesse, in his mind, surely it can't be him. But God is playing chess. So I said all that to say, who are you in this life to think that God is not already working on your behalf? How dare you? Don't let the devil lie to you and make you think that your life is over, Starsha. God is not working on. Who told you that? God is not working on my behalf. Can I ask you something? Who told you that? Put it in the chat. Who told me that? Who told me that? Put it in the chat. Who told you that you were weak? Who told you that you wasn't going to make it? Who told you that you was going to be broke? Who told you that you wasn't going to get married? Who told you that? Think about it. Who told you wasn't going to be free? Who said it? Who said that you wasn't going to be healed? Who told you that? Did God tell you, Cheryl? Who? Who told you that you wasn't going to get the promotion? Who told you weren't educated enough? Who told you that you didn't have the resources? Who? Who? Did God tell you that? I'm asking. I'll wait. So now you ask the question, who told me that? Answer it, Sharon. Who did tell you that? R. Robbins. Who? Was it God? So who told you? Who said you weren't good enough? Who? I'll wait. I'll read the comments. Who told you you wasn't going to make it? Who told you you wasn't good enough? Who told you you weren't pretty enough? Who told you you wasn't qualified enough? Who told you that you weren't good enough? Yvonne, who told you you weren't good enough? Who told you you weren't going to make it? Who told you you were going to be broke? Who? Bibi said, I told myself. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. Who told you you weren't going to make it? Who told you you weren't going to be healed? Who told you your family is going to fall apart? Who told you that all men are dogs? Who told you that all women are whores and I'll never get married because who said? Who said that? Oh, okay. It was humans. Teachers told you that. Family told you that. The devil told you that. So now we got to change that. If God didn't say it, Courtney, then maybe I need to throw that away. Maybe that was all a lie. Maybe I have bold information. Maybe I need to throw away those ideas. Maybe I need to get some new ideas. Yeah. Let's do that. So I'm going to get off of here. I got some things to do. Maybe we'll meet tomorrow. Should we meet tomorrow? What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's Thursday? Because I didn't expect to be on this long. Because I actually came on to say that I have a testimony in later on, and da 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 da, and woo do 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 do. Yeah, we need a new mindset because God hasn't changed. The power is the same. It's us that has to change. God is here, and all of our thoughts are keeping us. They're all in the middle. All of our thoughts and insecurities are all here, keeping us from believing everything. Get over the hurdles. Get over yourself. Stop listening to the foolishness and make your way so that you can tap all the way in and get to God. We are meant to be conquerors. We are meant to live the good life. It's not a fantasy. The enemy is trying to make you believe, Celeste, that it's a fantasy. That to actually have joy and gladness is a fantasy. That to actually be happy and live a good life is a fantasy. That it's a dream. That you can have one thing, but you can't have all things pertaining to life and godliness. I can have money, but I can't have joy. Who told you that? I could be debt free, but I probably won't have my health. Who told you that? Why can't you be free, have joy, have money, be financially literate, have a nice home, be happily married? Who told you that you couldn't have it? Who told you that? Because God said that you can. In his word, he said it. He's given us all things pertaining to life and godliness. You see it right there. So who told you? You gotta examine that. All right. I think maybe we'll meet tomorrow morning, maybe. And I'll give my testimony. Can I give my testimony tomorrow? I was going to come back later, but I didn't say everything that I needed to say concerning this. God is playing chess while the world is playing checkers. You don't believe and that's been stopping you. The day that you tap in and you say with reckless abandon that God is my source, He's the strength of my life. Watch this. Here's the key. Here's the key. And even when I don't see it, I know He's working. Put it in the chat. Even when I don't see it, I know He's working. Put it in the chat. Even when I don't see it, I know He's working. Now, as you put it in the chat, watch this. You're going to be challenged on that. The enemy's going to come and he's going to make it seem worse because now you're waking up. Listen to me, y'all. I'm trying to help you. Listen to me. Now, Elaine, you're going to be challenged because now you're waking up out of the stupor that you've been in. You've been believing God, you will for this and that, but not really. But the moment you start speaking kingdom, that you're going to believe even when you don't see it, oh, we done messed up now. Now you're walking through enemy territory because God's here and you're here. And right in between here, bombs are going to go off, Cheryl. But what you going to do? You going to stay here or you going to get here? So as you're walking, the enemy is going to light off bombs of unbelief. You think he's working now. Oh, he's going to work overtime because he got to keep you from getting here. But your faith and your resilience and your tenacity and your unwillingness to quit is going to get you here. But baby, you got to work. You think hell wants you to get here? No. So you're going to be fought. But guess what? I don't need you to be frightened. I don't need you to be scared. Because this spiritual world is for real. It sure is. But guess what? God has all power, and greater is He that's in me than he that's in the world. So I'm gonna get here. I'm gonna get here. But I gotta deal with all of this insecurities and all of these issues that have stopped me from believing God. All of my past disappointments and failures and discouragements and even thoughts about myself and even my past mistakes. I gotta get past that. I gotta elevate my mind again. Because I've been wallowing in foolishness and in despair, a little bit of despair, a little bit of depression, a little bit of anxiety, a little bit of panic, a little bit of this and that. When life happens, I've been tripping. And it's been preventing me from getting here. I got to get here. This is the goal. And here don't mean that everything in life is great and euphoria and oh my God. No, it's just the next level. When you finally believe God and can't nothing turn you around. But we ain't there yet. Some of you, maybe one of you in this live today said, I'm changing my life. This is it. Lexi, you talking good today. And I got to change my life. Some of you said, some of you got here today because you said, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. And you shortened that gap. And you said, regardless of what the enemy says to me, I'm going to start talking back. And some of you, maybe one of you, maybe two of you have shortened that gap and you almost there. And the only thing that's preventing you is a couple of little insecurities and this, that you got to work out. You better not ever put down your confession ever again. Ever. I'm going to stay up on this wall. I'm not coming down. I'm working on a project and I'm not coming down. Nehemiah said, I'm working. I'm carrying on a great project. I'm not coming down. He replied to the people that were trying to distract him and said, I'm carrying on a great project. Do you have that quote, Quisha? Do you have that? I'm carrying on a great project. We need to keep that in our banners. We need to keep that so we can pop that up because I'm gonna be on that all year. I'm gonna be on that for the rest of 2024. I'm carrying on a great project. And I'm not coming down. He replied as he was building the wall. And they were trying to distract him. He could have came down. Y'all talking about me? I heard y'all was talking about me down here. I've been up on the wall building it, but I heard y'all been talking about me. I heard y'all don't think I'm somebody. I heard y'all don't think. I heard. He could have came down and got distracted. He said, but I'm carrying on a great project and I cannot go down. I'm doing work. Why should the work stop? Why should I leave it and come down to you? I'm doing the Lord's work. Y'all are doing the Lord's work. You're doing the Lord's work. Don't come down. I got to leave y'all. It's time to go. So I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. We're going to be on here. What's tomorrow? Tomorrow's making sure I know. Tomorrow, 8 a.m. Go throughout your day knowing who God is. Changing your mind because God's power ain't changed. It's you. It's you. Did this help you? I hope this helped you, man. Y'all playing. What can I, before I leave, what if I told you do me a favor? Wherever you are, get something in your hand. Get something in your hand. Wherever you are. 5-6 miss, love you. Get something in your hand. Hold something. Hold just something. Hopefully you're not driving, but just squeeze the steering wheel. If you drive, just squeeze the steering wheel. If you got something, just touch something. Touch a piece of paper. Or are y'all doing it? Are y'all doing it? Touch if you have a water bottle, just touch a water bottle. Just touch something. Touch something. Touch something. Touch something. Touch something. Do it. Do it. Do what I'm telling you to do. Touch something. Touch something. Touch a cup. Touch your glasses. Touch your Courtney. Touch something. Touch your shirt. What if I told you, not being spooky, but the spiritual realm is more real than what you're touching right now? What if I told you that the spiritual realm is more real than what you're touching and feeling? See, the problem is that our senses have gotten the better of us. And we believe, watch this, we believe that this is more real because we can touch it. But what if I told you that it's more real than this shirt? What if I told you that? Now, would that change your mind? It is more real. It's more real than this. It's more real than this. But because you can't see it, you don't think it is. You think that this is more important. You think that this is more real. So that's why you don't put much stock in it. Because your senses have taken your mind and made it believe that what I can touch is more real than God's power. And that's where you're messing up. And that's where the enemy has you. Because you feel like you got to see it and touch it and smell it and taste it and hear it and listen to it for it to be real. Ooh, I said something. I said something. Your five senses done messed you up. I gotta feel it. I gotta taste it. I gotta smell it. I gotta touch it. That's what makes this real to me. And so God's power is not as real as what it's not as real as it. See this, Lexi, this is real. See, I can stretch it and I can move it. See, that's real. I can't see God. I can't see him. I can't feel him. And sometimes I can't hear him. But you know what I can see? I can see these bills. This is real. This is real to me. This is real. These notices are real. These insufficient funds, that's what's real, Lex. You want to talk about what's real? You want to talk? Then let's have a real conversation, Lexi. Talking about the power of God. Yes, I believe God. Yes, I do. I believe it all. But this is smacking me in my face. I got to make sense out of this because this got to be paid in. And so what you're telling me to do is believe in an invisible thing and put all my hope and all my faith and all my trust in something that I can't see and I can't feel, and I don't know how to do that. How do I do that? I want to do it, but how do I do it? I'm surrounded. And not only that, but I'm a creature of time. I'm a victim of time because they said that this has got to be paid by a certain time. Not only am I a victim of time, y'all need to hit my Cash App right now because I'm talking today. I'm a victim of time, and I'm a victim of what I can see and what I can feel and what I can taste and what I can smell, and I'm a victim of it, and I don't know how to get free. And all I have to say to you is that if you stay there, the enemy has won. If you stay there, friend, the enemy has you and you'll never get free. Because what God requires in his word is that, watch this, is that you believe in what you cannot see. I don't know why he requires that. I don't know why he set the rules up like that. But he requires us to move in faith where we cannot see it. Those are the rules. I didn't make them. God knows I don't want to live by that. But for some reason, it pleases the master. Because we choose to believe in something that we cannot see. And somehow, when we do that, it unlocks something in the spirit realm Watch this. That makes it come out of the unseen into manifestation. Now it's in the earth and we can see it and we can touch it. Now we can, I'm going to say it again. God requires for us to move in faith where we can't see it. I don't know why he made it up that way. I don't know. But he requires that of us. So if you're a creature of your senses and you got to see it and you got to touch it and you got to do all this, there's good news and there's bad news. The bad news is if we continue to be a creature and a victim of what we can see, touch, taste, feel, hear, then we'll never see the promises of God. That's the bad news, because we're not operating in faith. Faith is the substance of things that are what? Hoped for. And the evidence is that you can't see it. What is faith? What is faith? What you hope for and can't see. What is faith? What you hope for and can't see. Without faith, you can't please him. So what is faith? What you hope for and can't see. I'm bringing it down to the lowest common denominator. I'm breaking it down so that you get it, because the enemy don't want you to get it. What is faith? What you hope for and can't see. What is the evidence that I have faith? That you can't see it. What is the evidence that I have faith, Lexi? Because I think I got a little bit of it today. I think you've ignited me. What is faith? That you can't see it, but you're hoping for it. I can't see it, but I'm hoping for it. I can't see it, but I'm hoping for it, and I can't let it go. It's a real big thing, and I'm hoping for it, and I'm hoping, and I believe that it's going to happen. And what's the evidence that I can't see it? If you can see it, then it ain't faith. If you can see it, then it ain't faith. If you can see it, it's not faith. If you can touch it, it's not faith. Put it in the chat so you'll get it, because you've been flunking. If I can see it, it ain't faith. Put it in the chat now. If I can see it, it ain't faith. If I can see it, it's not faith. God requires us to have it. So now you got to say all day today, under your breath, all day today, God, I believe you're working, even when I don't see it. Because that's what he requires. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, but can't see. Hoped for, but can't see. So you say, God, I believe that you're working, even though I can't see it. Then heaven unlocks. Faith, substance of things hoped for. Evidence, I can't see it. I hope for it, can't see it. I hope for it, can't see it. Believe it's going to happen, can't see it. Y'all got it now? So you say, I believe you're working. The things that I've asked for, I believe you're working, even when I can't see it. Can I help you? Can I help you? Y'all getting tired? Y'all, because I got something else that I want to tell y'all. Y'all getting tired? I'm sorry, I'm trying to leave it alone, but I just feel like y'all. I feel like y'all waking up. I feel like y'all getting it. I feel like y'all getting it. Can I help you? Can I help you? Remember I told you that even though you can't see it, God is working. Skull Lewis, remember when I tell you, Jerlene, that God is working. He's playing chess when everybody else is playing checkers. Remember I told you that? Let me help you. Because I need y'all to stop being defeated. When you got all the power in the world that's backing you. Let's talk about Joseph. Joseph was 17 years old at the time of this story. And you can find this story in Genesis 37. Put that in the chat, Queesh. Genesis 37, so you can look this up on your own. Story of Joseph. He was Jacob's favorite son. And so, of course, some of you who know the story, and it caused jealousy amongst his brothers. Joseph had a dream one time indicating his future, that he was going to rise to power, and it made his brothers mad. So they thought about it. They said, we don't like this guy. First of all, he's daddy's favorite. And now he insulted us. That's arrogant. You dad's favorite, everybody knows it. But now you're insulting us and telling us a dream that you had, that you were going to rule over us? Oh no, that's arrogant. No, you crazy. So they plotted at first to kill him. But then they said, nah, we're going to sell him to an Ishmaelite traders that are headed to Egypt. We're going to sell him. And so they decided, they did this whole plot where they deceived their father, because they know Jacob, their father, Joseph was his favorite. So they didn't want their father, of course, to find out. So they deceived their father. Instead of killing him, they showed him Joseph's coat and they dipped it in blood, making him believe that Joseph was dead. But somehow, when they sold him away, later we find that he is in Egypt. Fast forward. And Joseph was sold to Potiphar, who was an officer of Pharaoh. That was a high honor. Joseph, watch this, even in this bad time, earned Potiphar's trust and was put in charge of his household. Let me explain something to y'all. You think everything is going bad in your life, and you have no idea why. And you think you're being beat up in this thing. But all the while, God is playing chess. And you crying, and you defeated, and you tripping, and you don't think it's going to get any better, and my mind is gone, and I got anxiety, and I got panic, and everything is going wrong. And Lexi, I hear you, but this is the worst time of my life. Is it worse than being sold? You're in a strange land. You don't know where you are. You've been sold into slavery. You're away from your father who loved you. You have no idea what's going on. You got to make good in a situation. You don't know these people. I got to make a whole life. And God is still giving him favor and putting him on top, playing chess. He earned Potiphar's trust and was put in charge of his household. But then here comes the enemy, because it's working out for him, even in a bad situation. So Potiphar's wife attempted to seduce Joseph. And when he refused, because he's a stand-up guy, she falsely accused him of an assault. And he was put in prison. And y'all think y'all life is going bad? At least y'all ain't in jail. He was in jail. So you think maybe that's the end. He was sold into slavery. He rose and got a little bit of trust and power in a powerful position. And then he was falsely accused and imprisoned. But while he was in prison, Joseph, again, watch this, found favor with the prison warden. Y'all think that's by happenstance? No matter where I've been put, I still have the favor of God. think that your life is over because this has happened and that has happened and this has happened and that has happened. But has it ever occurred to you that this whole time that God has been setting you up to win? But see, your problem is, soon as you were sold into slavery, you would have stopped and laid down and died. The problem is, maybe you would have rose out of that despair after you were sold into slavery and away from your father, and you didn't know how you was going to get back. And when you found favor with Potiphar, but then when you were accused and put in prison, that's when you would have laid down and died. You would have laid down and died. But even in prison, somebody put that in the chat. But even in prison, even in prison, put that in the chat. He found favor with the prison warden. Watch this, who put him in charge of the other prisoners. While he was in prison, Joseph interpreted a dream of Pharaoh's cupbearer and baker. The cupbearer was restored to his position, and the baker was executed as Joseph had predicted. Let me stop right there. While you're in your worst time, God will endow you with power that you didn't even know that you had. Joseph wasn't known as being this interpreter of dreams, but while he was in prison, God unlocked a feature in him to help him out of that situation. Have you ever been somewhere and you ever had a feeling about something and it blessed you in that moment? You don't know where it came from, but you were in a situation and you had a feeling about something and it helped you. Maybe you were at a club, you said, something don't feel right, maybe I need to leave. Only to find out that when you left, a fight broke out or somebody started shooting or something. Every time God will endow you with the power that's on the inside and unlock a new feature to save your life. Why you think you're bound, you're not. No matter what situation you're in, you think you're bound, but you're not. I'm not bound. I don't care what situation I am. I'm not bound. God always has another move. Why? Because he's playing chess. God's never blocked in. He interpreted a dream. 2 years later, Pharaoh was having dreams that no one could interpret. 2 years later, 2 years later, 2 years later, 2 years later. Joseph's in prison. He interprets a dream for Pharaoh's cupbearer. The cupbearer got out and said, I'll remember you. When I get out, I'm going to remember you. 2 years went by. The person forgot about him. The person forgot about him. He could have got out and immediately told Pharaoh, man, there's some guy that I met while I was in prison, and he really helped me. He could have got him out, but he didn't. 2 years. And y'all saying, Lexi, I've been believing God for this long. I've been believing God for months. I've been believing God for years. So was Joseph. So was Joseph. 2 years went by. After he interpreted the dream, that person got free and said, I'm going to remember you. Didn't remember him. So you added 2 years onto my life when you could have helped me, when you could have got me free. There are a lot of people that could have helped you, that could have opened the door for you and did not. There are a lot of people that could have did some stuff for you and did not. But it's all right. It's all in the plan. There are some people that told stories about you. Some were true. And you think that's the end. Really? Who told you that? 2 years later, Pharaoh had a dream. And the cupbearer finally remembered Joseph. Oh, there's this guy that can interpret dreams. They let Joseph out. He interpreted a dream for Pharaoh. He told him what his dream was. And he predicted 7 years of abundance, followed by 7 years of famine. And he made a proposal. Do this, store up some grain, store up this, store up that, and you won't even feel the famine. If you do what I'm telling you, your land will be free. He was impressed by Joseph's wisdom, got him out. He was out of prison and then promoted. Let me tell you something. When you do what God tells you to do, when you lean on God, when you trust in God through the years, God will accelerate you. When you're down and you think this is the worst time in my life, God will accelerate you from prison to promotion. Just like that. But it wasn't an overnight success at first. He spent 2 years in prison. He spent years. But God is playing chess the whole time. I was sold into slavery. God's still playing chess. No matter how hard the day, no matter how hard your life looks, all things still work together. You sold me into slavery, still working. You got me in Potiphar's house, I'm still shining. I was lied on and falsely accused, put in prison, still shining. You can't strip me. When God is with me, nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop me when God is with. Nothing. Nothing. Neither death nor life nor nothing. Nothing. Height nor depth. Nothing can stop me. Nothing can stop God from loving me. Nothing can stop God from promoting me. Nothing can stop God from blessing me. Nothing. 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 Not being falsely accused. Not being imprisoned. Nothing. Not being put enslaved. Nothing. Not being sold. Nothing. When God, I've been trying to tell y'all that when God is with you, nothing can stop you. Nothing can hold you. Nothing can stop the blessings of God on your life but you. Nothing can stop it. Nothing can stop it. And you would say, everything's against me. Life ain't turning out good. You don't understand my testimony. I was put in prison. I was sold. You don't understand. And you'll stay there and you'll wallow in it. 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 And I feel bad. And you don't understand. And I've been here for years. And I've been believing. Yep. All of that's true. Yes. All of it's true. And it doesn't stop God's power and favor on your life. Nothing can stop it. Yes, you've been down. Yes, you've had disappointment. Yes, you've been discouraged. Yes, that happened. Yes, you've lost loved ones. Yes, you ain't had no money. All of it's true. But you know what else is true? God's power and favor on your life. But because you can't touch it, but because you can't see it, but because you can't smell it, you think it's not true. Oh, man. Come on, guys. Wake up. He was sold, falsely accused, imprisoned, and it never stopped. Let's get to the end. He was promoted immediately. It took one thing. Somebody say one thing. It took one thing for him to immediately be promoted. He managed during the time of famine, and he saved Egypt and the surrounding nations. When did it ever speak about Joseph being a manager, being this great manager? He was 17 when he was enslaved. You don't even know what's inside of you. It didn't say that he was ever trained to be a manager. He was 17 when all this happened. So all of these gifts were being unlocked inside of him, that he became this great manager. There are some things that are being unlocked inside of you while you're going through. Man, don't play with me today. Don't play with me today. You don't even know who you are. While you're going through, God is teaching you character. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Pharaoh appointed him as second in command over Egypt. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Second in command next to Pharaoh. You went from prison, you went from being enslaved to being falsely accused by Potiphar. He could spit on Potiphar now because now I'm second in command. That was bigger than Potiphar. Remember, he used to work for Potiphar? Now I'm second in command over this whole thing. I got favor. And he managed the whole, he managed the whole famine. He was, during the famine, Joseph's brothers, they needed food. So they came to Egypt to buy grain. They didn't recognize him. Y'all know the story. They didn't recognize Joseph. And he could have got revenge on them. But instead of doing that, he forgave them, reconciled, and blessed his family. The dream that he dreamt was true. God, this whole time, playing chess while the brothers was playing checkers. That's all I wanted to share with you today. Stop believing only what you can see. The bad news is, and I'm going to say this, I'm going to end it right here. The bad news is, if you're stuck and a victim of your five senses, what I can see, what I can taste, what I can smell, what I can hear, if you're a victim of that, and you don't abandon that, you won't see the promises of God, because faith is what you hope for but can't see. The good news is that if you hope for something that you can't see, and you say, God, I believe you even when I can't see it. I believe you're working even though I can't see it. The good news is that that will unlock something in the unseen, and it'll bring it into the seen, where now you can touch it, see it, feel it, hear it, taste it. I'm going to say it again. If you do it God's way and say, God, I trust you, even when you're crying, even when unbelief still tries to rack you, you say, God, I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. I believe you. I can't see it. And the enemy's trying to get me not to believe you, but I'm going to believe it. I'm going to believe it, because the evidence is that I can't see it. The evidence is I can't see it. I believe I'm going to get the promotion, but the evidence is I can't see it. God, I trust you. I trust you even though I can't see you. Lord, this is hard for me. This is hard for me, but I'm going to believe it. I'm going to believe it anyway. Somehow that unlocks something in the spiritual realm, and it brings it out of the unseen into the seen. Some of y'all call that manifestation. I can see it now. What was once, I can't see it, has now made itself visible to me. Now it's real. It was first a thought. It was first something I was saying. It was first something that I put out there. It was first just words, but then it became real. How do words in the air become tangible things? How do mere words become tangible things? It's how the Spirit works. And the Spirit is more real than what you can feel, than what you can taste, than what you can smell, than what you can see. The spirit realm is more real than you are watching me right now. The spirit realm is more real than us having this conversation. The spirit realm is more real than whatever you're touching, whatever your hands are on right now. How about it? Don't get stuck because you can touch something. Don't get stuck there. That's where you're going to lose. I'm done. I'll see y'all tomorrow. If you have grown today, if God has blessed you today, you need to hit that Cash App right now. We always say this at Faith Fuel, sow where you grow. If you have grown today, if this has been a word that has helped you today, I need you to hit that Cash App. Let me tell y'all something. I need y'all to know, I'm not getting rich by this. Please believe. Because honest to God, only about 3 of y'all hit it. So this ain't that. But I believe that you ought to sow where I believe that. Because if something is helping me, I'm just going, and this ain't no money grab, this ain't that. I'm going to speak real. But if we're here together and you're getting something from it, sow where you grow. Period. In a story. What have you learned today? Did you learn something today? Ooh, Jesus. Y'all done made me tired. Y'all done made me tired. What did y'all learn today? Yep. What's up, Lily? That's what's up. So you said I needed to hear this. Thank you so much. Jerlene, I see you. I see you, Jerlene. God bless you. The giving options are below. So where you grow. Patricia says, even when I don't see it, I know he's working. Do you really believe that? I hope you really believe that, because if so, your life is about to change. If you really believe what you just wrote, your life is about to change. Yeah. Melissa believes, she said that faith isn't tangible. I'm trying to tell y'all, those are the rules. Carla said, I believe you're working, God. If you believe that, your life is about to change. If you believe it, you could say it. Anybody can say anything. Faith said, I'm going to do it God's way. I see you, Faith. Courtney said, I got to change my mind. Yeah, me too. I had to change it. I'm changing it every single day. Charlie, refuse to stop. Can't give up. Charlie, if you really believe everything that we've said today, your life is about to change. It can't help but to. These are spiritual laws. It has to change. It can't stay the same. It can't. And I need y'all to get that. It can't stay the same. God is working even when I can't see it. I got to believe it in a new way. Brittany, I love that. Brittany, you on your way. Brittany just shortened that gap. Come on here. Cheryl said, I learned that my faith, it fuels your future. Period. Absolutely. 5-6 Miss, I see you. You said it was right on time. Praise God. That's what this is all about. Yeah. I love y'all. Oh, it's absolutely a spiritual law. Absolutely. This is what God puts in place. These are spiritual laws. I love y'all because I can keep talking. I gotta go. I hope this helped you. Jesus. I didn't plan to talk this much. I came on to say meet me here later. I will talk to y'all in the morning, 8 a.m. Peace.